Before the video begins, just a small disclaimer. I'm having some difficulties with my mic, so please excuse some of the popping sounds that you may hear. I'm in the process of getting a new mic. It's literally in the mail as we speak. So just a disclaimer. I apologize for that. Won't happen again. Yo, it's your boy Wavy Fred, and we back here with more college football content, man. Today we ain't got no news, but I feel like y'all ain't seen my face in a while, so I wanted to create something so you guys to see my face, keep this thing fresh, keep this NCAA trending going. You know what I'm saying? We just reached 200 subs. The last video we were celebrating reaching 100 subs. So you guys are checking in. You guys are a part of the family, man. Thank you guys so much. You guys are who I do it for. If you haven't already, like, comment, subscribe so you could be a part of this Wavy family so we can walk into college football together, walk into all these different games together. Just be a part of this. You will want to be a part of this. If you've already been a part of the family, thank you, man. You guys are the reason I do this. I love interacting with you guys, love talking to you guys. I love doing this for you guys. I get out of work and look forward to doing this so I can interact with you guys. So thank you guys. You guys are my family. But anyway, as I said before, today we don't have no news. There hasn't been anything, worth even talking about. But today we're going to talk about different overalls for different teams, players, and just other stuff about Ultimate Team. So let's get into that. So as I said already, today we don't got no news. Today we going to just talk about things that we expect in the game, things that we want in a game, different stuff like that. So to begin with, I want to talk about who are going to be the top teams in the game. We'll talk about top players later on, but I want to break down a little bit of who we think are going to be the top teams. So to begin with, I want you guys to comment. Who do you think is going to have the top overalls? Different things like that. For me, at least, I think there'll be like 5 teams that'll be with, I would say, the best teams in the game. Michigan, of course, because they're the reigning national champions. Ohio State, Alabama, of course. They're going to involve Alabama. Although Nick Saban is going and a bunch of their recruits are going, we can't take away from what they've done in the last decade. And I think it's only right that they'll be up there as well. Said Michigan already, Georgia, and we may have a sneaky LSU in. So to begin with, we'll talk about the reigning champions, Michigan. I think it's only right that they are involved in the game, although they did lose superstar running back, a superstar quarterback, a superstar receiver, and they lost 2 defensive backs. I just don't think it's proper that you don't involve them as being the top team. I think they deserve to be, as far as overall the top team. I think they'll be around like 96 just because they are the top team. I feel like at lowest, 95 is the lowest you could give them, but that means for other teams that they won't be as high. Coming in at second, I think due to personnel, Ohio State will be the second highest, or you never even know. They might allow them to be the highest, being that they've had so many recruits come in. They got so many guys on their team, so many guys coming back. They ended up getting Kalen Downs. They got the number 1 receiver in the class, the number 1 quarterback in the class of the recruiting class. And they just got so much stuff coming in. They probably got the best backfield as well. They had a dope running back already, and then I believe they got the guy from Ole Miss, if I'm not mistaken. That's where he's from. He's pretty dope. I wanted USC to grab him, but hey, didn't work in our favor. So I definitely think that they will be one of the top teams as well. I'm guessing, these are all guesses. We will definitely do a video once the game is out about what we thought these teams will be, what we thought these players will be, and we'll match them up to what they actually were. So I definitely think that Ohio State would be like a 94. Of course, there's several players on their team who hasn't been proven, but Abuka, the running back, both of their running backs are proven guys. Kalen Downs is going to be one of the best defensive players on the video game. So from a personnel standpoint, I think you have to involve them as the best or the second best team in the game. Next, we'll talk about Alabama. Alabama, as I said, just because of what they've done over the last decade, just the representation that they have, I think you have to involve them. They lost a lot of players as well, but I think they'll be like a 90. Like, I feel like it's fair to give them a 90. At lowest 89, but I think they'll have a 90 just because they still do have a lot of gifted players. They did still get a lot of recruits and stuff like that, but they did lose a lot, and I think that will hurt them. So I think Alabama will be like a 90. Georgia, they will be dope as fuck too. They had a lot of good recruits come in. They had a very good running back class. Of course, as I said before, these guys have to pan out first for their overall to be pretty high. But I think they will be pretty dope as well. They got a receiver from USC who I wish would have stayed, Michael Jackson. I wish he would have stayed. He's a very talented guy. But he's on to Georgia, and maybe they could go on to be in championship contention, which they usually is almost every year. So they have a lot of players that they brought in as well. I believe they got a and Ohio State got the that quarterback from Kansas State. He's fucking dope. USC was supposed to get him as well. So that just adds on to all of the guys that they have. But back to Georgia. Um I believe their quarterback is coming back. I believe he will be the best quarterback on the game, as far as an overall standpoint. So I'll give Georgia about like a 92, 93. So yeah, I don't think in this game anybody's gonna have 97s, 99s. I don't think that'll happen. NCAA doesn't usually do that anyway. When they did, it would usually be like an Alabama or a Georgia, but at that time Alabama was going on a run. So there's that. Moving on, LSU. LSU just lost a huge amount of people. Really pretty much all of their playmakers, but I think this game's overall is kind of based on like what they've done previously. So with that being said, I think they'll be like a 90, 91 too. I don't think you involve them in the hires of the Georgias and LSU. I mean, Ohio States and the Michigans, but they did play well. They did put good things on paper, and they probably did get some good recruits into. I think they did have a good recruiting class, so we shall see what they do and who they bring in and what overall they get. But overall, I think them in Alabama is going to be like on the same as far as overall. So there's that. Those are who I think are going to be the top team as far as 90s. High 80s, I think teams like FSU is going to be in there. If they don't give them a 90, they definitely deserve a 90, but we don't know. But FSU, I think, is going to be somewhere in the high 80s. Oklahoma, you have to involve them. They kind of relevant. Texas, I think they deserve to be in there. They'll have a top quarterback as well. Oregon will be definitely in there in the 90s too. Sorry, I'm so sorry. I forgot you guys. They brought in two quarterbacks. They got Evan Stewart, who I wanted to get. Like, Oregon always has dope ass players. So that would be very great for them. I think they're going to be like a 93, 94. So sorry I forgot you guys. Will not go too deep into you guys because you guys lost a lot too. But they'll definitely be dope. But back to the 80s. People always call me. So I think OU, as I said, FSU, shit. I don't feel like USC will be that low, but USC may be just because we have a lot of guys on our team who haven't proven themselves yet. So we'll see. I think the lowest you can give USC is like a 85, 84. But hey, you never know. We'll see. But I think Utah State will be in there. Notre Dame will be in there somewhere. It's like a lot of teams. Penn State may be in there. Who fucking knows? But we'll see when the game comes out. Moving on. who will be some of the highest players? As I said, Kalen Downs will be one of the best players in the game altogether. I'm thinking he'll be like 97. Just because of how versatile he is. And he was a freshman. He was so dope as a freshman. If you hear anything in the background, it's my dog outside in his cage going bonkers. But anyway, I think Travis Hunter will be dope. I think Travis Hunter, just because he's a dual sided player and he's very good at like both sides of the ball. I've heard a lot of people be like, "Oh, he's better on this side, better receiver than he is that corner." You get cooked one game and they just assume you're a terrible corner. He's very talented and dope on both sides. And I think because of that, I think they should give him like a 96, 97 overall. But hey, we'll see. EA Sports is kind of stingy with the overall sometimes, but being that he's a favorite player, a lot of people know him, a lot of people love him. We'll see. Shador Sanders, I think Shador Sanders will be like a 92 overall. Um, and I think that's as the greatest he should be. Personally, I think he deserved to be like an 89, because sometimes he's here, sometimes he's not. He was on fire for the first half of the season, and then it turned out that he's whatever. Not all his fault. Definitely could have had better blocking, but hey, Dylan Gabriel, I think Dylan Gabriel will be like a 90, 89. Evan Stewart, same thing. I think he deserves to be like an 89. Very talented. Abuka, I think he'll be like a 92. Quinn Edwards, I think he will be like a 93. Very talented. Could have came out this year and could have been a first round draft pick, possibly. But he decided to take his chances, and maybe he could be the number one draft pick this upcoming year. Cam Ward, I think he will be like an 88. Dual quarterback, pretty dope. USC was going after him too. And just because he's a dual threat quarterback, I think he deserves to be high 80. So maybe like 88. I can't remember the guy's name, but the quarterback from Alabama, I think he'll be like a. Honestly, I have a little hate for him. Like, I actually think he's trash. I think he's only starting because there was no one better. He's not the guy. He's not a traditional Alabama quarterback. He doesn't have the best arm talent. He has a gun. He can gun that motherfucker for sure. But I don't think he has like the best arm talent. Um, and I think he's regular. He's a pretty good dual threat. I think that makes him dangerous. He definitely can run, but with his arm, he's not that deadly. And hey, that's just me. But I think he'll be like an 84. 80 at most I say 86, and that's pushing it. But I personally don't like the guy all that much, but hey, that's just me. Um, I don't know. That's all of the main guys I can think of at the moment. Um, Oh no, we have ETN. ETN will definitely be like a 93, 93 overall. It's more players. Those are all I could think about right now. But I do want to touch on USC a little bit because I'm biased. USC, I think all of their players are prove it to me players. Like, we know you have talent, but you have to show me what you can do. You have so many Jacoby Lane, Zachariah Branch, I think his name Makai Lemon, Miller Moss, shit, something. The running back, his name some Joyner. I forgot his first name, but Joyner. You have dudes on the defensive end who they just need to show themselves. They just need to show people who they are. But I think we'll have a team full of 77 overalls just because nobody has proven themselves. I think out of all of the I think Zachariah Branch probably will have the best overall just because like that nation knows who he is just because how explosive he is and everything he's done. So I think he'll have the highest overall at like a 81, 83, somewhere around there. But other than that, I think we have a team full of show me what you got. So there's that. And that's all we have for overalls or what we think people are going to be. If you haven't already, like, comment, and subscribe. I want you to comment who you think certain players who I haven't mentioned, what their overall going to be, or what do you think about people overall? What do you think Quinn Edwards is going to be? Evan Stewart, Dylan Gabriel, Shador Sanders, Shiloh Sanders. What do you think all of these people overall is going to be like? We have to engage with one another, and we got to talk about these things before we have some more news. So that's all we're gonna talk about with the overall part. Next, I want to talk about Ultimate Team. So let's get into that. Now, Ultimate Team. In majority of games, 2K, Madden, even old NCAAs or FIFA or MLB, Ultimate Team modes, I never really like involved myself in them. I play Madden and 2K a little bit because one of my homies like playing that, but I never really get into all of that because you have to be good. You pretty much have to pay money, and I don't be wanting to pay money on that. And like, I'll pay money on career mode, but Ultimate Team, no. So honestly, this year in NCAA, I low key, I'm gonna pay for what I have to pay for, just because I'm so excited to be able to have the chance, if they give us, to play with all of the legendary players who was in past NCAAs and who was college football stars. Devin Hester, Reggie Bush. I'm so excited to have the possibility to play with Reggie Bush, Vince Young, shit, Michael Vick, uh, Charles Woodson, Ed Reed, Troy Polamalu, Adoree Jackson. Go do your homework on Adoree Jackson if you don't know who he is. Tavon Austin, DeAnthony Thomas. Go do your homework on them if you don't know who they is. Shit. Julio Jones, Calvin Johnson, D Hop, Amari Cooper, Derrick Henry, Mark Ingram. Like, all of these players, like, it's so many players who we idolized growing up, or we liked looking at growing up, that we will have the chance to possibly play again with. If they put certain packs into the game, which I think they would. That's kind of what Ultimate Team is. So the chance that we will possibly have to play with these players again, I'm actually really excited for that. So for this year, I probably will be getting into Ultimate Team a whole lot more than I have in previous years in all games. Um, it will probably be, well, there's not many game modes in the game, period, but it would definitely be my third favorite, and I'm going to be involved in it a lot. Of course, Road to Glory. Of course, Road to Glory. And also, speaking of Road to Glory, I want to make Reggie Bush on Road to Glory because my boy need his motherfucking Heisman back. Like, he needs to get his Heisman back. At this point, it ain't even that serious no more. Motherfuckers is getting paid. Give the man his Heisman back. So anyway, I'm gonna make a Road to Glory little story mode on my channel about getting his Heisman trophy back. But anyway, Road to Glory, Dynasty, of course, and Ultimate Team. I want to play Ultimate Team because I want to have the opportunity to have all of these different players that we idealized or liked playing with on one fucking team. I want to have, shit, Marcus Mariota at quarterback, Reggie Bush at running back, DeAnthony Thomas out in the slot with Tavon Austin and Calvin Johnson and D Hop, and then I want to have Charles Woodson and Adoree Jackson, or fucking Champ Bailey and fucking Deion Sanders, and all these different players. Hopefully they can come to an agreement with those players as well for them to be involved in the game. But that's ultimately, like, I'm really trying to play Ultimate Team so I can get the chance again to play with these different players, because some of these players we didn't get to play the game with, and some of these players, if you're anywhere around my age, which I won't specify, but a lot of players I didn't have the opportunity to even experience because I was younger. I have two older brothers, and it was hell to be able to try to play the game with them in the same house. I had brothers who wanted to be paid for you to play your own game, which you share with them, but they're older brothers. What do you expect? So I definitely am able to do what the fuck I want now. So I want to get the opportunity to play with these different players. I want to get the opportunity to experience how dangerous Devin Hester was, or Percy Harvin, all these different players who we didn't get the chance to play with as kids, or whatever the chance may be. Or if we just want to experience that again, everything is an experience that we want to relive. So if we can get that again, that's what I'm going for. So Ultimate Team would definitely be big to me. I hope they really, like, try to make it very important in this game. I hope they can come to an agreement with those players to involve themselves in the game. I would love to put Deion Sanders at a quarterback. You know how they do it Ultimate Team. You just put people anywhere. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully that's available to us. As I said before, we don't have any news. There haven't been any news released anywhere. I've been looking. I've been like eager to give you guys a video, but I had to give you guys something. So this is what we talking about until we get some new news. If you have any questions, any comments, anything, if you want to talk about overalls, whatever the case may be, if you want me to base a video off something, anything that you have questions about, let me know in the comments. Of course, thank you for watching, Wavy family. If you aren't in the Wavy family already, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification so you know when I'm talking. You know what I'm saying? Because I know you love to see my face, because I love that you guys love to hear me talk. So that's all we got for today, man. Thank you guys for watching again. Congratulations to us, man. We got to 200 subs. Let's get to 300 by next week, man. Anyway, have you guys a good day or night. See you guys next time. Peace.